do it lunging, then they
warmed him up in sliding side reins and then hopped on, he would be more connected.
yes, the sliding side reins connect the horse from the back to front, which is what we're supposed to do riding. But if we can't do it riding, I mean, you can do it, but a lot of the other people can't. But anyway, so I just wanted to point out at the walk, even though you have the draw reins on, he keeps putting his head up. So somebody, right, so every single millisecond, you have to be thinking, here, stretch down, here, stretch down, and you have to capture him so he doesn't put his head up.
Okay.
So there's different ways to capture him, and that's called rein management, right? Goes to put his head up, maybe you're gonna widen your hands a little bit, which takes the slack out of the rein, and then he goes whoop, right back down because it's contact flex down, right? Flex and stretch, right? So you just, you know, we want to get you to the point where you never even think about connection. It's just happening, right? You got to fix that. He is, once you get on, he is not allowed to have an opinion unless a bomb goes off, right? You know, he can look at Julie with his neck like this.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So I wanted to point that out at the walk. You know, I'm gonna, you know, drive it home, as a matter of fact. When I rode with Rowan Denny Fro, she goes, if you're going to use side reins, at least make them work. And the same with the draw reins. Why use them if they're going to not be used?
Okay.
Anytime. So let's, and I agree, you need them for cantering
Right.
more so than anything else.
Right.
I know you could stretch them.
Have them loose. So
Okay, but if they're, so that's fine. Let them be loose, but don't let them come above the bit.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and trot on. You know, this is how I look at it. You get on the horse, you're going to ride him for 25 minutes, maybe 30, 45. Work him and work him correctly.
Okay.
So just for conversational sake, he brought his head up and he hollowed into that transition, right?
Right.
Everything about him, he needs to be down and round and low. You need to be stretching him 24/7. And when I say stretch, I don't mean down and out, nose on the ground. I mean what you're doing. So it's sort of fun and some of you like that. That's where he needs to be. Now he's up, now he's going down. So it's down and seeking the bit, right? Not not what? I don't know.
Not doing that.
As very normal, horses always put their heads up to look, okay? So we have to always be one step ahead of them, and that's what the classicists mean, riding every stride, okay? So this is nice. Good, right? And every time you go over the cavaletti, he's gonna bring his head up. That's a moment when I would take in those draw reins and say, honey, you're not bringing your head up over the cavaletti because you're gonna keep your head down and round and maybe a little bit deep so I know you're connected, and use your back. So you know he's going to try to put his head up to focus. He doesn't need to. He knows they're there. Yeah, so you feel you get a little bit more of a lift in the back, even though his neck was short, okay? So we want him to have the long neck. So there's the long neck. Now this is just for training purposes, training level purposes. And of course, as you move him up the levels, his neck doesn't really get shorter, it gets more elevated. Right, good. I struggle with this with Bronco. Every time I go over cavaletti, he's like, head up, head up. I'm like, no, you're gonna do cavaletti stretching into the contact, not necessarily down and out. So let's start to do some gymnastic exercises other than the cavaletti.
Okay.
And you know, what's one of my favorites? Other than stretching down and out. Half circles back.
Yeah.
Okay, because the half circle back takes you from the 20-meter arc to the 10 or 15-meter arc, which is what makes our horses stronger from the hind end. And this is what Adriana does not do with Turtle. So let's go ahead and ride a half circle back. Good. So as we ride the half circle back, we don't want to shorten his neck. He should be reaching for the contact. Good, good, good. So there's your longer neck. And we'll just make a couple circles to the left here. Right? Or a half circle back or whatever you're doing. Right? Circling left. Big circle, small circle, doesn't matter. We're just going to stay going to the left a little bit here. Okay, and you know when he brings his head up. So we have, you have the draw reins to make your life easier. But the minute you feel his head starting to come up, like he's going to be looking at something, go bend him. Bending him gets him to soften, and then lower his neck. And then the minute you feel him soften and lower his neck, then you offer forward and you say, here. Good, well, that's okay, good. So every single stride that we're posting, you want to be thinking, open your knee and press the stirrup back. Did you see in the video you leaning a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah.
I tend to lean left.
Yeah. Okay, so we got to fix that. I mean, you have, of course, the way to fix it is one, by having the awareness of it, okay? Okay, so the other thing we want to fix is you not pinching and grabbing with your knee, which pulls your foot up. So just for giggles, because we think it's all fun and giggly, let's go into jumping position. So just even if you practice every now and then a little bit of, come on, jumping position. You're not too old for that. He's changing because he feels your balance change. Good. Right, so you should be able to go from jumping to sitting to posting without his balance changing, okay? So back to a little jumping position, right? And we're just trotting, good. And you want to feel the weight going down and back and into your heel. And there's no posting and jumping position, woman. Okay, but you could just walk for a minute. You should add this to your repertoire of riding.
Okay.
A little bit of jumping position to train yourself to get your leg down and back. So let's go ahead and ask him to hoe for a minute. Like your britches. I'm going to do it. So what we're going to do, we have to think this.
Okay.
Okay, so what we did is we slid your knee and now your ankle's down and back.
Okay.
And we want you to ride taller and longer.
Instead of this. I tend to round my shoulders.
Well, yeah, but we got to get that leg down and long.
Okay.
Okay, and then when we post, come on, it's not bad, but it's just something to pick on.
Right.
You think slide the knee down and back when you post, because we don't want the knee, when you pinch with the knee, brings the leg up like that.
Yeah, okay.
Down and back. Not like that, so you just let it go forward.
Yep.
Right, when you post,
go.
the knee should slide